Good morning, folks. In the interest of time, I know we got some friends here in the front left of the room looking at their watches because somebody has to get to a wedding. We'll go ahead and get things started. Morning, my name is Brian Granata. I'm the athletics director here at Arcadia. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the 2024 Arcadia Athletics Hall of Fame induction ceremony. We are here today to honor 6 remarkable individuals, and we're going to learn a lot more about them over the course of the next little bit. But I would like to offer a couple of opening remarks. First and foremost, before I go too far, I have a couple of special guests I'd like to acknowledge, starting with our university president, Dr. Ajay Nair. Dr. Nair. He knows I do this every single time, but our success is in large part due to you and your senior leadership at the university. You've committed to and invested so much in the athletics program over the course of the last 5, 10, 15 years. So thank you to you and your team for all that you do to serve the university as a whole, but also specifically to support the athletics department. We'll also have Provost and Senior Vice President Jeff Rutenbeck with us today. Jeff, same remarks in general. Your support on the academic side and trying to bridge that gap between athletics and academics and just making sure we're integrated as a Division III institution is truly appreciated, and love your leadership. Thank you. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Shirley Little, our former athletics director. Shirley. I started as AD here in 2012. I had a chance to overlap with Shirley for a short period of time, and we've stayed in connection for the last 12 to 13 years. She served as AD for about 2 decades prior to my arrival, and she's synonymous with the transition of Beaver College to Arcadia University, the transition to Division III, and the transition to the MAC. So Shirley, thank you for everything you've done to guide this department for so long, and specifically, I know this event in its infancy was the brainchild of you and Jan Walbert, so hopefully you take great pleasure in being back today and seeing this wonderful crowd. So thank you, Shirley. Even though she's not here, I'd like to acknowledge Vice President Bridgette Bryant and her entire team in University Advancement, specifically Nicole Steiner and Carrie Hearn for their work today behind the scenes, along with Mike Hebenstreet in making this possible. Advancement is the chief financial supporter of this event, and we're really appreciative of their efforts in bringing everybody back and their guests as well. So thank you all for so much. I've heard a few comments throughout the short while today about how different this place feels, or maybe more so how much it looks. It really does feel the same once you've been here for a little while. But a lot has happened at this university in the last 5, 10, 20 years, and the investment in facilities and personnel and just growth of this campus has been tremendous, and truly appreciate the university's doubling down on athletics specifically. When I started here in 2012, we had 14 varsity sports. Next year, when we roll out our men's and women's wrestling programs, we'll be at 28 sports. Not too long ago, we only had about 250 student athletes, and we will be over 600 next academic year. So this department has more than doubled in size and represents a huge fraction of the undergraduate population at Arcadia. As the folks in the room that are going to be honored today, we know it's great just to play the sport, but we're competitors at heart and we want to win. And thankfully, our coaching staff and our student athletes and many of the alums that are back have been highly successful in that realm. Over the course of the last decade or so, we've won 11 MAC championships, 5 ECAC titles, a litany of individual championships in sports like track and golf and swimming, things you'll hear about throughout today, specifically from some of our inductees. And from a facilities point, I think that's the most dramatic difference. Even some of the previous coaches that have come back today to be with their former student athletes, it's remarkable the investment that the university has made for the renovation of the Cook Center, the expansion of the fitness centers, the renovation of the locker rooms, the redoing of the gym. You talk about this building, the University Commons, that wasn't here 15 years ago, and how it really transformed this university. The construction of Gene Lennox West Field back in 2010 and turfing it in 2012, and how that has been such a boon to our outdoor sports programs. If you've been following on social media, we just opened up a multi-purpose center, which is really an auxiliary recreational gym that just opened up 3 weeks ago. We're going to offer tours at the end of today's event, so if you'd like to stick around and see that new building that is largely used for basketball, volleyball practices, intramurals, and student activities, we're more than happy to show that to you. And again, it just shows this continual investment from the school. And we have another large project in the works. As I said a little while ago, we are going to be adding wrestling as a varsity sport in a year. And we have a very large project going on at 125 Royal Avenue. That's home of the former Bishop McDevitt High School that the university purchased a couple of years ago. And now there's been a lot of work done already through the school's partnership with the Step Up Academy, as well as the enhancement of our graduate PA and PT programs in that space. But from an athletics end, we've created an indoor training center for our golf programs. It's going to be home to our practice facility for wrestling. There's going to be another weight room over there to service all of our student athletes, and another athletic training room as well. So it hasn't stopped. It's probably not going to stop, and that's a credit to the senior leadership here at the school and their commitment to athletics. So thank you very much for all of that. The older I get and the more I do this, I think I get a little more sentimental, right? You remember the wins, you certainly remember the losses, certain losses as well. But as I was reflecting and getting ready for today, I really started to think about the people that are going to be going into the Hall of Fame. I think for me personally, it's awesome because, quote unquote, my generation is starting to come of age to be able to go into the Hall of Fame. I've had a chance to see you compete and be successful, to fail, but to come back and to be successful again. And it's going to be an honor watching this event unfold today, and looking forward to hearing your stories. You know, for me, when I think about the folks that are going to go into the Hall of Fame, I actually have a distinct memory of each and every one of you. And if you could just indulge me for a second, I'd like to share those. I'll start to my left with Jackie. And I know you're going to hate me for telling this story. I've told it in your presence before, and it's going to drive you crazy. But if you ever watch Jackie Bellotti play the game of softball, Sarah, you probably agree, there's probably a perfect player, right? She could do everything. She could hit for average, she could hit for power. She was a remarkable defensive player, made every single easy play, every tough play. She was a great leader. She was instrumental in the evolution of the softball program. Jackie's level of excellence was a standard that was extremely high, and you'll hear about how she was an All-American because of that. Well, we were at Messiah for the MAC championship, and Jackie was a shortstop, and at some point in one of those games, this ball, I wouldn't even say it was hit. It was not a line drive. It wasn't a high to pop up. Person pretty much hit it off their bat as a little underhand toss to Jackie, and somehow she dropped the ball. It was a moment where everybody's kind of like paused, like, how did that possibly happen? That's not Jackie Bellotti. And ironically, the third base umpire came over to me as I was standing on the third base line after that at half inning. We got out of it. Jackie probably made a great play and get us out of that inning, but no runs were scored. And the umpire walks over to me, and I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, "You're the AD, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "I got to tell you something. That person right there at shortstop is the best player I've ever seen at this level, and I've been umpiring for a very long time." He goes, "I have absolutely no idea how that she dropped that ball. That literally makes no sense to me." The point is, Jackie, it's not about your failure. You set a standard of success that everybody expected and believed in you, and something you probably didn't even realize you were doing at the time. It was remarkable to behold, and is testament to who you were as a player. So looking forward to honoring you today. Congratulations. Brian Gillen, we've had a couple moments, haven't we? So Brian Gillen is a baseball player. You'll hear his stats and his accolades and all the records he holds, and he was an offensive dynamo, right? He was a tremendous offensive player. But when he got hot, you couldn't get the guy out, right, guys? I see some of his teammates. You literally could not get this guy out when he got hot. So in one of our championships of the MAC, when we were out in York at People's Bank Park, I was standing there, game was in control, and the former Hood athletics director came up to me at one point, kind of gave me an early congratulations. He's like, "You guys are going to win, congrats." And he's like, "I got to tell you something. What's up with this Gillen guy?" He's like, "How did you guys get him at your school?" He's like, "He is a tremendous player. You can't get the guy out. I don't ever know if I've seen him make an out in his entire life." No sooner did he get the words out of his mouth, you lined a ball to center, basically almost hit the pitcher in the head. He says, "And I'm never going to see him make an out," and walked away. So Brian was a tremendous all-around player that was instrumental in the development of our baseball program and its ascension to a championship status, which has continued to recent days. And you really set the standard, and it's been an honor to watch you play over the years. But again, when this guy got hot, you didn't matter what you throw, you could not get him out, and people knew that. Tim Graham. Tim, I hope this moment meant a lot to you as well, but When I think back to those championships at York and kind of that early evolution of our swim program from Ryan Weathers to John Geisinger, it's amazing. We have a lineage of 3 different head coaches of Arcadia Swimming here in the audience. So Ryan was the coach when I started. He was in a part-time capacity, had a full-time job elsewhere, and when we moved the position to full-time, it just wasn't an option. But you laid the groundwork and recruited Tim to the university. The reins were handed over to John Geisinger, who's now the current head coach in Hamilton. And John, thanks for coming back. But between the two of you and your development of Tim and his pushing of himself and his development as well, not only did he win a MAC championship in multiple times, he set championship standards that had been there forever within the MAC, and you qualified as a B-cut. You set a B-cut standard for the NCAA. And for folks that aren't as familiar with the NCAA structure, back in the day there was an NCAA B-cut measure and an A-cut. The B-cut basically got you on the board to be considered for nationals, and Tim became the first ever Arcadia student athlete in the swim program to do that. It was a testament to your hard work, dedication, and it's a standard that really just set the groundwork to the future of the swim program and to how the team in the back continues it to this day. So that was a remarkable moment. It was something we dreamed of for a long time. It was the affirmation that Arcadia swimming was legitimate and they were here and they could compete regionally, nationally, and we truly appreciate the standard you set, Tim. So congratulations. A lot of people. Haley, there you are. I was looking for you. Adrian, I'll apologize in advance. I'm sorry that I'm going to do this, and you know exactly what I'm going to do. So this will probably go down for me in one of my top 5 moments that I always remember at Arcadia. It was early on. Our women's lacrosse program was fighting for recognition and notoriety within the conference. We had yet to win a single championship in the MAC. And we were playing FDU, traditionally very strong program, coached by Adrian Carr, who's now our head coach. So Adrian was on the opposite side of this. It was the regular season finale in 2014. And it was a battle back and forth, tied throughout, 1 goal difference. We go into overtime. The winner of this is basically going to be the number 1 seed for the conference tournament. And we were really hopeful that we could find a way to win that regular season title and be the number 1 seed. Well, overtime was a little bit different back then. It was not sudden death, so we went down a goal in overtime. And, it got late. It got really late, really fast. And it was the final maybe 15 seconds, and FDU had the ball. It looked bleak, like how are we going to get the ball, somehow get all the way down the other end of the field and tie this game? Well, we forced a turnover. We recovered the ball, threw the ball ahead to midfield, and Aaron Livingston, credit to you, called timeout. Brought everybody aside, drew up a remarkable play, which was get it to Haley, right? Just get it to Haley and go. Well, Haley got fouled with less than 2 seconds to go on the clock and then proceeded to score a free position goal with 0 seconds remaining on the clock as it expired to force overtime, second overtime, I should say, at that point in time. It was that last gasp, everything was on the line moment, and Haley came through, and it talked about the clutch performer that she was. And ultimately, Aaron scored in double overtime, and we won the regular season title, became the number 1 seed, won 2 more games in the conference tournament, and earned our first ever MAC championship. It probably doesn't happen if it's not for your goal with 0 seconds remaining on the clock. So congrats to you. Tara, where are you? I'm going to go in a little bit of a different direction. I actually remember your graduation. I remember you introducing me to your family outside the castle. And what I remember is just the smile on your face and the smile in general. Like your personality radiated. You were that consummate teammate that everyone looked up to. You were humble. You were so successful. You were a conference champion, but you would have never known that with the way that you carried yourself. You were so inclusive, so warm and so welcoming to your teammates. It really helped galvanize the culture of this program and what it eventually became. So you probably, I don't know if you remember that moment, but I do remember after graduation meeting your family. And it was just that sign of appreciation, I think. I think you transferred into Arcadia. You didn't have the best experience in your previous school, and then you came here and became instrumental to the women's swimming program and really truly galvanized it, and similar to Tim, became the catalyst to what it's become today. So I hope you take pleasure in that, and I hope as time goes on, you realize that, how much of a teammate, how a respected teammate you were and how instrumental you were in this program. So thank you, Tara. Caitlin. We met for the first time in person today, but I have a memory. It wasn't Zoom when we met a few months ago and we talked about today. So it doesn't surprise some of the folks in this room, alumni records are challenging. They're not always up to date, and it's hard to get a hold of folks. So our Hall of Fame committee convened, went through a slate of candidates, made the selection to put Caitlin Sparks into the Hall of Fame. And in the few days, weeks afterwards, we couldn't find a way to get a hold of her. The records, it was a dead end. The emails didn't work, the phone numbers didn't work. So we're like, how are we going to make this work? Well, Mike Hebenstreet and I started scouring Google and social media, trying to find you and looking for different leads. I called Shirley. I said, Shirley, help me out. You got to know someone that's got to know her. Like, how can I get a hold of her? I'd like to call her and break the news. Found a random phone number. I don't even know how we stumbled across it, and said, I'm going to cold call this number and see what happens. So I called the number, and your father picked up. I said, I'm Brian Granado. I'm the athletics director at Arcadia University. I'm not calling to ask for money, but I'm trying to find Caitlin Sparks. And he goes, she's standing in my living room. So of all the irony of picking a random phone number, having it be the registered number for your father, and you to be there, and for me to break the news and you able to share it with your family at that moment was truly special. And it's great to see you and connect officially today. So congratulations to you. I know I've gone off on a few tangents, but I apologize. Just a sense of personal appreciation of you all being here and the impact that you've made on this department. We're going to transition to the next phase of our event, so momentarily I'll bring up Adam. But from the bottom of my heart, congratulations to all of you. Thank you for coming back. Thanks to all the previous coaches, athletic staff members, Hall of Famers, family, friends that have come out. Thank you to Advancement and your support of this event. And for our athletic staff members, our coaches, our student athletes, you guys are continued inspiration. I thank you for all your hard work, dedication, and commitment. And our future is extremely bright, and I'm looking forward to what the years to come. So Adam, a legend in his own mind, potentially a future Hall of Famer if you ask him. Adam Plantamento, our Director of Athletic Communications.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to point out that those words have never crossed my lips. First off, I want to welcome everybody to the 2024 Arcadia University Athletics Hall of Fame. My name is Adam Plantamento. I am the Director of Athletic Communications here at Arcadia. For those of you that do not know me, this ceremony holds special meaning as I'm a 2012 graduate of the university who was a 4-year member of the baseball team. As it does for all of us, this university holds a special place in my heart. I tell everyone that I went here with about how much it has changed in the last 15 years since I was an incoming freshman, which is scary for me to say out loud. Me and Caitlin had conversations about how much different it is since we crossed paths for 1 year, and this place was not recognizable. But all the change has been for the better. Like I said, if you took someone who was here when I first started, dropped them on campus as it is today, it'd be absolutely unrecognizable. And I hope that everyone who's returning today that's been here in the past feels the same way that I do and feels the same pride to be a Knight as I do. Before I begin, I also want to thank everyone in attendance for joining us to celebrate the 6 individuals being inducted today. It goes without saying that whether you're a former student athlete, coach, university administrator, or supporter through family or friends, you can all agree with me when I say from the bottom of my heart, go Knights. Now it's my honor today to introduce the 6 newest inductees to the Arcadia University Athletics Hall of Fame. Here's how today's ceremony will work. I will invite each inductee and their presenter to the front of the room. The presenter will remain off stage to my right, while the inductee is presented with their award on stage by Brian. I will then provide career information for each inductee. I'll introduce the presenter, who will provide more personal information on the inductee. The inductee will then come to the podium for their speech. We will then repeat that process for each of the inductees. You will notice that your program is in alphabetical order by last name. However, to accommodate other obligations outside the ceremony, we will not follow the order for inducting this year's class. Just so you know, we had to adjust the order because head field hockey coach Aaron Livingston has a game to coach in a little while, and this year's inductee Jackie Bellotti is in a wedding later today. We are glad you are both here and that we were able to accommodate those things. Now, without further wait, let's get to the inductees of the Arcadia University Athletics Hall of Fame class of 2024. At this time, I'd like to invite our first inductee, Jackie Bellotti, and her presenter, Sarah Coletti, to the stage. Our first inductee today is Jackie Bellotti from the class of 2019. A four-year member of the Arcadia University softball program, Jackie helped rewrite the record books from her first season in Glenside en route to being one of the most decorated players in any sport in Arcadia history. As a first year in 2016, Jackie was named third-team All-Region by the National Fast Pitch Coaches Association, the Mid-Atlantic Conference Commonwealth Rookie of the Year, and the Eastern Collegiate Athletic Conference Division III South Rookie of the Year, in addition to being named Arcadia's Female Rookie Athlete of the Year. Jackie cemented her place among the all-time best in Arcadia history by earning 3 straight MAC Commonwealth Player of the Year awards as a sophomore in 2017, as a junior in 2018, and as a senior in 2019. She continued to earn regional and national recognition as well, earning NFCA Second-Team All-Region and First-Team All-ECAC her sophomore season in 2017, and NFCA First-Team All-Region honors in 2018 and 2019. Jackie's career culminated her senior season of 2019 when she was named a second-team All-American by the NFCA, a COSIDA Google Cloud Academic All-American, the MAC Softball Senior Scholar Athlete of the Year, and helped lead the program to its first ever MAC Commonwealth Championship with a 1-0 win over Widener, in which she put the ball in play that brought home the winning run. The season and Jackie's storied career came to a close with a second-place finish at the Ewing NCAA Division III Regional, hosted by the College of New Jersey, which is still tied for the highest finish in program history. Jackie found success off the field as well, being named to the MAC Academic Honor Roll and Academic All-MAC all 4 seasons. Jackie was named to the Philly Side Academic All-Area Team in 2017, 2018, and 2019, in addition to being named the Performer of the Year in both 2018 and 2019. In addition to being named a COSIDA Google Cloud Academic All-American, she was named First Team COSIDA Google Cloud Academic All-District in 2018. For career records, Jackie is first in hits and stolen bases, second in triples in games played, third in runs, doubles, and on-base percentage, fifth in batting average, sixth in RBIs, and seventh in slugging percentage. Jackie holds multiple season records as well. Most notably in hits, she is first with 68, achieved in 2017. Jackie graduated with a degree in early and special education and earned a Master's of Education in Literacy Studies in 2020. Jackie served as an assistant coach after graduation from 2020 to 2022 and is currently a special education teacher in the Penn Ridge School District. Jackie is being presented today by Arcadia's former head coach, Sarah Coletti, who I would now like to invite to the podium.
There could not be a more uncomfortable situation for this person right now than what Adam just did to her, so thank you for that. I feel like we need like a chair up here or something next year. So as Adam said, my name is Sarah. I am so honored to be here along with Jackie's family, friends, former coaches, former teammates, to help celebrate her entry into the Arcadia Athletics Hall of Fame. This is an incredibly special honor, and I'm so happy for all of you being inducted today. Congratulations. I have been counting down the days since Jackie's graduation to this day for this induction into this prestigious club, and I am here to explain why I was so confident it would happen. To change a program, every coach will tell you that you need that foundational piece, the keystone, that pivotal team member who believes in your vision, is trustworthy enough to row the boat in the same direction with you, and willing to take on the heavy responsibility of changing a program's culture. For me, that player was Jackie Bellotti. She was the spark, and anyone in this room who had the privilege of watching her play understands exactly what I mean by that. Recruiting Jackie was the single most impactful move I made as a coach here at Arcadia. Really quick, to Mr. and Mrs. Bellotti, thank you for raising such an amazing young woman. You've nurtured a dedicated, respectful, and thoughtful individual who never makes excuses and is always the hardest worker in the room. As a parent of young children myself, I strive to raise my kids and create the family legacy the same way you both have. So let's get on with making her more uncomfortable while I speak about all of her accomplishments over the next few minutes. I have this newspaper with me for anyone born after the year 2000. You might not know what this is. A newspaper is a printed publication that typically comes out daily or weekly. It contains news articles covering topics like culture, sports, and more. This was written at the end of May 2015, and my dad cut it out of the Inquirer to save for me. Side note, or this story won't land, my maiden name was Norris, so here we go. I'll read it from here. Sarah Norris couldn't believe her luck. The new Arcadia softball coach was putting together her first recruiting class, and things were going well. Then Norris and the Knights got themselves a steal. They got Jackie Bellotti. The article goes on to list all of her incredible accomplishments down the road at North Penn High School, like the program record for wins in a season, career ERA, season ERA, even though she didn't pitch here at Arcadia. We'll talk about that later. But the article touches on her off-the-field characteristics that, along with her other abilities, enabled her to leave the legacy that she did today at Arcadia. As a person and a player, Jackie is consistently consistent and unwaveringly dependable. She is extremely selfless and has an insatiable work ethic. As an education major, Jackie missed most of in-season lifting and conditioning sessions as she was off-campus student teaching. She always made time to get in her workouts late at night on her own, always pushing herself hard, even without the energy or the eyes of coaches or teammates. As a player, she was clutch, gritty, and competitive. I can't remember a game where her uniform wasn't dirty from putting her body on the line to dive for a ball or steal a base. She was always the person I wanted in the big moments. And as a leader, Jackie made an instant impact. She exudes an aura pulling in those around her. She never, ever demanded respect or forced others to follow, but her teammates naturally gravitated towards her, even as a first year. Adam already talked about all the statistics. I don't want to bore you anymore. You already know how amazing she was. But I wanted to touch on a couple things. Her batting average in each of her 4 seasons ended over 400. That is pretty incredible. With her senior year ending with a 448 batting average. In 550 career at-bats, 550, Jackie only struck out 23 times. That's an incredible stat, whether you understand baseball or softball. I also have this index card here. You can tell I was a little obsessed with Jackie with all the things I kept, my mementos. But in 2016, I wrote this in her presence and put it on my bulletin board, and it was my prediction for her career strikeouts as a Knight. My prediction was 26, and she finished with 23, always having to beat me, of course. I remember telling Jackie that when I was writing this down, it was so I could use it at her Hall of Fame induction, and here we are. As a shortstop, Jackie was incredible, the best I've ever played alongside or coached. Julia, don't tell Courtney, I know. Reliable, athletic, and so smart. This is why she didn't pitch at Arcadia, even though other recruiting colleges told me I was crazy. I needed her skills at the most difficult position on the field. Her and her floppy, crusty pancake glove were a dangerous duo defensively for 4 years. As a freshman, Jackie was named the MAC Conference Rookie of the Year, and then the following 3 years, she was named the MAC Player of the Year. She had a full sweep of the top awards in the conference for 4 years, and you would never know by the way she carries herself. The all-conference phone calls were pretty hysterical with the other coaches on the phone or on the video. You're supposed to talk, nominate people and talk through why they should be awarded this award, and there was literally no one even talked. They just said Jackie Bellotti with like a little smirk and a smile and kind of put their hands up. There was absolutely no competition in her 4 years. Jackie also made the MAC Academic All-Conference team because you're supposed to go to class, I guess, when you go to college. Who knew that? If you're shocked, she got that all 4 years. There have been 9 MAC Academic All-Conference selections for the softball program since 2015, and Jackie has 4 of those 9. She was also named the second team All-American as a shortstop. That is a tremendously huge honor, just the 3rd player in Arcadia history to be named to the All-American team, and the other 2 alums are already on this list in the Hall of Fame. Jackie led us to a conference tournament in all 4 years of her career. In 2016, we lost our first game of the tournament. In 2017, she was a part of one of the longest games in NCAA history when we battled Messiah for 19 innings. Typically, the game is 7 innings. We played 19. We exited that tournament after going 1-2. Then in 2018, Jackie led us to the first conference championship game since 2011, and then she helped us bring it home as a senior in 2018 with the conference win. After graduation, Jackie and I got to coach together for a couple of years before I left coaching. She was teaching full-time and giving me and the program all of her free time as an assistant coach, and those were some of my favorite times with Jackie. Coaching with you was one of the highlights of my career. Your energy, humor, generosity, and friendship made my every day better at work. Please stop crying. It was so challenging to write this speech because of this very unique situation. Typically, coaches delivering these speeches are just coaches, but I am lucky enough to be here as Jackie's friend as well. We get together as often as our schedules allow. My 7-year-old is quite literally obsessed with her. Our parents have become friends. One of my best friends and former assistant coach is engaged to her brother. And I have the honor of officiating Jackie's wedding this coming December. So, Jackie, I hope I did this justice. No one is more deserving of this spotlight than you. From your remarkable athletic accomplishments, including leading the program to its first conference championship, to your inspiring leadership and the lasting friendships that you've made, you did what every player should strive for. You left the program better than you found it, and your legacy will continue to inspire for years to come. I love you.
I don't know if I can follow that up. For those of you here that know me, I know it's been mentioned many times, but standing up here to speak is not my favorite thing. But I do want to take the opportunity to thank the people that have helped me achieve this accomplishment. Before I start, I want to thank Adam, Mike, Brian, the Hall of Fame committee for making this event so special. I know it's a lot of time on your end and effort, and I was a pain to get a hold of, but the experience so far has been so amazing. I also want to congratulate the other inductees on their achievement. It's an honor to be up here with such amazing athletes who have a lasting impact on Arcadia. Coach Coletti, I can't follow that up, but thank you for your extremely kind words and for committing to me 10 years ago and helping me grow as a player and a person. You have been a role model in every aspect of my life, and I'm so proud and lucky to have played for you and have you as my friend. Coach Pop, Julia, thank you for your positivity in the toughest times. Your passion for the people around you and everything you do is why I'm lucky to have you in my life forever, soon as my sister-in-law. And Danielle, thank you for just being you. You are a cheerleader, a voice of reason, a positive leader, a friend, a mentor, and so much more still to this day. If you know Danielle, you know that list could go on and on and on. Thank you for keeping me healthy or somewhat healthy for 4 years and for being someone that we can always count on. Thank you to my teammates for having my back on the field over my 4 years here, but more importantly for the countless memories and friendships made off the field. Some of my favorite memories come from the times we spent together team bonding, but the entire MAC championship season tops them all. I appreciate the ones that are here today. Most importantly, I want to thank my family for supporting me in all that I do. My parents, who have never missed a game, a banquet, an award ceremony, or any event of mine. You've taught me to work hard in everything that I do, but to always be humble about it. My siblings, Nick, Steph, and Anthony, who have encouraged me and cheered me on in all of their own ways. And my fiance, Jake, who has rarely missed a softball game and has quietly supported everything I've done over the last 10 years without hesitation. Softball has been one of the most important parts of my life for a very long time. It's taught me lessons that I will carry with me forever. I truly found a second home here at Arcadia and on the softball team. I met some of my favorite people. I learned and grew so much here, and I'm so grateful for the time I spent here. I'm honored to be back today to celebrate with all of you. Thank you.
I would now like to invite our next inductee, Haley Malloy, and her presenter, Erin Livingston, to the stage. Our next inductee is Haley Malloy, a 4-year member of the women's lacrosse team from the class of 2015. Haley was not only the most prolific scorer on the program's only conference championship team, she is the most prolific goal scorer in program history. In 2013, she ranked 17th in all of Division III with 71 goals scored, the second most in program history. Haley was named First Team All-MAC Freedom in 2013 and 2014 and was Second Team All-MAC Freedom in 2012. In the 2014 MAC Freedom Championship, Haley finished with 3 goals and 2 assists. Haley was also named Arcadia's Senior Athlete of the Year in 2015. In the classroom, she was named Academic All-MAC in 2014 and to the MAC Academic Honor Roll in 2013, 2014, and 2015. Haley holds career records with 304 points and 236 goals. She's third in games played, fourth in assists, and fifth in draw controls. Haley set the program record for games played in a season, is second in terms of goals in a season, and third in points in a season. Haley graduated in 2015 with a degree in corporate communications. She went on to earn a master's in physical education from Hofstra University in 2020 and a master's in health education from SUNY Brockport in 2022. Haley currently works as an elementary school physical education teacher and is also a professor at SUNY Brockport's public health and health education programs. Haley competes in CrossFit and has advanced to the CrossFit Games quarterfinals while also working as a CrossFit trainer and coach. Haley is being presented today by Arcadia's current field hockey coach and associate athletic director and former women's lacrosse head coach, Erin Livingston, who I would now like to invite to the podium.
Thank you. As Adam said, I'm Erin Livingston. I'm the Associate AD and Head Field Hockey Coach. I've been here for 16 years, and this is only the second Hall of Fame event that I've actually been able to attend. The last time I attended, I believe Shirley was the AD, and it was in the library. So I would be remiss if I didn't first just thank, I know Mike and Brian and Adam and our sports info department put so much time into this event. So I just wanted to make sure that we thank them for putting on this event because it's awesome. So I'm so happy that I'm here. I'm so honored to have the opportunity to speak about Haley and all she accomplished as an athlete while she was here at Arcadia. When I learned Haley was getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, I was so happy for her because if you know Haley, you knew that it was going to mean so much to her. And my second thought was, I'm going to talk about that study hall. Just kidding, I'm just kidding. Some of the alumni in the room know what I'm talking about. All jokes aside, it is awesome to be able to celebrate one of my former athletes who contributed to our first MAC Freedom Conference Championship. I actually do remember driving out to Long Island to see her high school game. From her first touch on the ball, I know that we didn't have anyone on our roster that had her skill set. I was so new to the sport myself. I didn't even know that you could cradle down the sideline with one hand. And the skills that she had, I knew that what she possessed was something that could really take our program to the next level. And my initial thought was I just wasted my trip out here because she's not coming to Arcadia. But she did. She chose us. It might have been late. It was in June sometime of her senior year. But when she did decide, it was such exciting news for us, and I really knew that we were making the strides forward that we needed to. Haley was a goal scorer. She always found a way. She would oftentimes go through a group of defenders, whether I wanted her to or not. Somehow she would come out on the other end with a goal, and I really had nothing to say about that. She was very, very smart. She understood the sport. She was a true attacker by nature. I can specifically remember a time I was trying to teach a defense that I just taught myself. And at one point, Haley respectfully told me, this is how my high school did it. And she was right, and it worked better. And she always had a way of really just knowing the sport and being able to present it in a really respectful way. Brian kind of stole my thunder about this part, but Haley's most memorable goal didn't win us our championship, but it got us in a better place to win it. It was one of the most exciting goals that, since I've been here, I've ever witnessed. I think that it was maybe the first time I did the crab walk for Sam. It came in overtime. There was no time on the clock. It's a buzzer beater for lacrosse, and she was able, if I could have picked anybody on our team to have the ball, it would have been Haley, and there was kind of no doubt in my mind that she was going to score it, and she was able to. And credit to Erin in the room, because she's the one that actually scored the game winner, so in the second overtime. So It just so happens that it was against her. Now, I was trying not to make you the butt of all the jokes, Adrian, but it happened against Adrian, and Adrian and I do joke about it often, so we replay it from both sides. So it's fun to talk about all the wins and the goals, but when I look back, I truly remember Haley's fierce competitiveness. She was just such a joy to coach. She was the type of player you could look at and know they were ready to go. She was a fighter. She had the intangibles that coaches dream of when recruiting players. Lacrosse was so important to her and her teammates. They loved it. They loved playing for each other. Just a couple of weeks before preseason of this year, I was cleaning out my office and reorganizing, and I started shaking these loose leaf sheets of paper at my assistant. And I went on to tell her, like, this is what we need back. I just need a couple of these each year in order to keep coaching and loving it. And, my assistant played for me for 4 years, and she's now in her second year of coaching with me. By this point, she knows when I just keep going, just to kind of just sit there and let me keep going, which is what she did. And I just continued. And I was like, we need this level of care and accountability. My assistant finally says, what is it? What do you have in your hand? And I tell her, these are handwritten page-long apology letters from lacrosse players. And yes, one of them was from Haley, and I still do have them. And in the letter, Haley told me about how much she loved lacrosse and would never want me to think differently of her. In her 4 years of playing for me, never once did I question her love of lacrosse or her character. She always did the extra work to improve her game year in and year out. I was not only able to see her game grow, but I was able to see her grow so much as a person. I've been able to coach here at Arcadia for 16 years now, and I've had the opportunity to coach so many athletes. 2 years ago, I was given the second chance at life. One of the most important things I've learned from that experience is to find things every day that you're grateful for and to let people know about it. So I'm so grateful to be standing here today, to be able to honor one of the best lacrosse athletes to ever come through Arcadia. I'm grateful she chose Arcadia. I was able to spend 4 years coaching her. Haley, thank you for everything you gave to this program. I'm so happy for you. You deserve this recognition. Congratulations.
Okay, it wasn't that bad. I think I wrote you some nice letters too. Thank you for everything you said, Adam. Thank you for organizing this whole entire thing. It's really great. And I'm beyond grateful for this incredible honor. Arcadia Lacrosse has always meant everything to me, back then and even now. To be back accepting this recognition is easily one of the best moments of my life. And I want to take some time this morning to thank a few important people and then talk about the impact those people, this school, and this sport have had on me. First, well, I already thanked you for organizing this event, but I appreciate all the time and effort that went into it. Thank you for that. To everyone here today, my family, coach, teammates, friends, Lizard and Mary, and members of the current Arcadia lacrosse team, I can't find the words to tell you how much it truly means for you to be here for me right now. I'm so incredibly fortunate for you, and I feel your love in so many different ways. Okay. Now to my mom. Words can't fully express how much you mean to me. You have been my biggest champion. Everything I am is a reflection of what you've instilled in me. You showed me what it means to be strong, to persevere, and to give my best no matter the situation. I feel so lucky to have a mother like you, someone I could always turn to, lean on, and look up to. Thank you for your unconditional love and confidence in me. Thank you for everything you've done and continue to do for me. I love you. To my dad, thank you for your unwavering love. From early days as my coach to finding any way to cheer me on, to just being there when I need it, you filled my life with so much. Your belief in me has given me the confidence to push myself to be a better teammate, athlete, and person. Thank you also for being someone I can talk to, trust, and count on to understand me. I wouldn't be here without you. To my brother, you might be the sole reason for my competitiveness. Beyond that, you've always made me feel accepted and loved. Your support has always been a quiet but powerful presence in my life, and I'm so thankful for everything you've done for me, knowingly or not. Thank you for being such a huge and important part of my world. To the rest of my loved ones, my grandma, cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents, and friends, thank you for your endless love and encouragement. Each of you has played a special role in shaping who I am, and I'm unbelievably lucky to have you in my corner. You mean the world to me, and I share it today with all of you. To my teammates, I have so much to thank you for. We share such a strong relationship that not many people are lucky enough to experience. Over the years, we've been through so much together. The wins, the losses, the fights and the laughs, the sweat and the tears. Sorry. We were a group that always put our whole hearts into the team, and that was truly something special. Even though we did enjoy success together, my favorite part of it all was being around you and feeling so much love and happiness every day. Thank you for being my family on and off the field. I'm so proud to have played alongside each and every one of you. Finally, to my coach, Coach Livingston. I know I wasn't always the easiest to coach, but you stuck with me. You embody all the best qualities of a coach, and I mean that. And you mentioned it before, but she'd never played lacrosse before, and that's so crazy that she was the best coach by far that I've ever had, and she just always came prepared. She knew what she was doing. She was confident. She always had the respect of everyone around her, and especially our team, and that is a very difficult thing to do, to have the respect of a group of women in college. But she did that easily. You always believed in us, never gave up on us, and constantly pushed us to be better. And Coach, for me, it was even more than that. You showed me tough love, you showed me composure, you showed me confidence. You were there for times that you didn't have to be, but times that I needed someone like you more than anything. Without you, I don't know if I would have made it through college. You became one of the most important and influential people to me, and even now that holds true, and I'll value that forever. And now's where I'll get a little more sentimental before I end this speech, and I'm really so happy that I get to be here and say the next few things. I feel like it's my time to explain a little of the impact Arcadia, lacrosse, and my loved ones had on me. College wasn't always the easiest for me. I'd say I fit really perfectly into the stereotype that I went away to find myself. Finding myself led to a lot of great times, but also not so great times. I had moments I was proud of and moments where I made mistakes. But through it all, the one constant, besides my family, that I could always count on was lacrosse. Coach and the team gave me strength during some of the hardest times of my life. The trust and bond I felt was unlike anything I've ever experienced, and it became a lifeline for me. No matter how tough things got, I wasn't alone. They prevented me from getting stuck, which allowed me the opportunity to grow. With that growth, I learned how to come back from failure, how to look at mistakes or bad times as lessons, how to put others first. I learned that the people that love you will love every part of you. And I came out of college a new person, a stronger person. I worked my way to a job that provides me with immense fulfillment and laughter in a career I absolutely love. The person I am today is someone I'm so proud to be. I'm someone who's fully appreciative of this incredible life and the people I have in it. And I say this because I wouldn't have had any of that without all of you, this school and this sport. To my teammates, my coach, my family, and my friends, you gave me this, and you helped me find myself. To finish this up, I want to say one final thank you to all of you here, and also the ones that couldn't make it. I'm deeply honored to be part of this Hall of Fame, and I'm forever grateful for the wonderful people who helped me along the way. Thank you. Thank you.
I'd now like to invite our next inductee, Brian Gillen, and his presenter, Nick Ponente, to the stage. Ready? Our next inductee is Brian Gillen from the class of 2019. A four-year member of the Arcadia University baseball program, Brian's time in Glenside helped spark the recent resurgence of the program that coincided with his arrival on campus. Brian was named the first team the first All-American in program history when he earned third-team recognition from D3Baseball.com as a junior in 2018. Brian was also named first-team All-Region in 2018 and second-team All-Region as a sophomore in 2017 by D3Baseball.com, second-team All-Region by the American Baseball Coaches Association in 2017 and 2018, second-team All-ECAC in 2018, MAC Commonwealth Player of the Year in 2018, and first-team All-MAC Commonwealth in 2017, 2018, and 2019. He helped lead the Knights to back-to-back MAC Commonwealth Championships in 2017 and 2018, earning championship tournament MVP honors in 2018. Brian, I got to tell you, if you were somebody from the class of 2012, didn't seem like that was possible to win one award, let alone two. I remember the shock I felt when you guys won that first championship. Brian was also named one of Arcadia's Athletes of the Year in 2017. In the classroom, he was named Academic All-MAC in 2018, ECAC Academic Honor Roll in 2018, and to the MAC Academic Honor Roll in 2017, 2018, and 2019. For career records, Brian currently stands first in hits and runs, second in games played, batting average, walks, and triples, and third in doubles while sitting in the top 10 in stolen bases, slugging percentage, fielding percentage, and RBIs. He also holds season records for runs scored, triples, and fielding percentage with a perfect 1,000 in 2018 and 2019. Brian graduated in 2019 with a degree in business administration with a concentration in management. Currently, he is a sales representative with Thompson Creek Window Company. Brian is being presented today by his friend and teammate Nick Ponente, who I would now like to invite to the podium.
Hey guys, my name's Nick Ponente. Like was just mentioned, Brian's good buddy and teammate, graduated in 2019. In Brian Gillen fashion, he didn't really tell me what I was supposed to do here today. I think last night I was like, so what is this actually going to be like? I was like, well, I don't know, just say a few words. So I sat in the parking lot and just jotted a few things down. Those of you who don't know Brian should know a few things. He is one of the hardest working, most dedicated baseball players to ever walk the campus. First to the field, last to leave. And those who know Brian know that that's just not true. That's what makes this induction so special because, Brian did this for fun. It was a hobby, and I think it's something we can all learn. Whether it be professionally or personally, it's just, don't take things too seriously and just have fun with what you're doing, and it'll lead to success. So the first time I ever met him was the first night on campus. We were doing a fantasy football draft. No money was involved, by the way. It was just for bragging rights. And we went to that weird little basement in Hines, and I forget how it was brought up, but somebody started talking about speed and like athletic abilities, and this kid over here has got hair down to his shoulders. He's wearing this fluorescent pink tank top, and he's covered in donut powder, like just all over him. And he's like, "I'm pretty quick." And I was like, he's as tall as he is round. There's no shot. And so anyway, the next day we were doing an inter squad, and he hits this little blooper over, third baseman's head, and he was on second. And like, I looked up, he was on second. I'm like, wow, he's actually serious. He might actually be pretty good. And as we progressed through the 4 years as a friend and a teammate, it was obvious that he's one of the best baseball players I've ever played with. But like I said, what he did for the program and for us as friends, just watching him go about, life and baseball, it's something it's been really cool to see. And we all appreciate, everything that you've done for the program, but more importantly as a person. And we don't get, serious very often, out of all of our friend group, but we're all super appreciative and happy to see you get this award, because in all honesty, you are very deserving. And, from all of us, we love you, buddy. So thank you.
Hey guys, can you hear me all right? So I did forget my phone over there, so we're going right off the top, just like a wedding reception. Sorry. And if you can't tell I'm nervous, I sweat through my I sweat through my suit long ago. So, thank you to Brian, Mike, and Adam for setting this up. Everyone else who I invited was for sure more excited than myself. Everyone was talking about it last night. Even my landlord, Nicholas, they even busted into my room at 2 a.m. to tell me. They were so excited and wanted to hear my speech, and they wanted to bust in. But on a more serious note, thank you. This is more so for my parents, because you could have just posted it on Instagram. I would have loved that. I would have been way happy. But my father and mother love this. They've been to every single game. I'm going to try not to get emotional. Jeffrey, he's only been to one game, which was due to me. He came to one game. We got no hit. We lost 1-0 on a walk-off walk. I told him to never come again. So with that, I appreciate everyone who was there, because you guys know how to push my buttons the right way to get me to do things, especially Sean, Carew, and Luke. I knew my exact stats and their exact stats down to the decimal, and that's what really motivated me to be better than them. It sounds bad to say it like that, and I don't exactly want to talk about myself like this, but that's kind of what kept me going. Ooh, gosh. And it's very funny to hear that they say that we turned the program around. I say we had a pretty shaky start. I don't know if anyone knows. I won't go into that. But my stats would have been a lot better if we could have finished out that year. I didn't really expect Arcadia to be like the dream school for us. Like, most of us, you wouldn't even expect that we would have stayed the full 4 years. But the people that we came in with, it's a lot different than it is now. And I'm going to talk to the baseball table for a second. Our freshman year, we went to Puerto Rico for 9 days, and that sounds phenomenal. We had $11 a day for 3 meals. So, like, even my parents stepped up, all the parents on the team stepped up, but that was quite the bonding experience. There was 5 of us in one room. It was actually me and Chandler. We did not share a bed. He shared a bed with another 6'5" dude. And then the other 2 each got their own bed. I slept for 9 days with no blankets on a love seat. I refused to change because we were doing so well and we were having a great time. But with that, that group never separated. I have like 20 people here. That's crazy to me. I rarely talk to 20 people in a day. So to see all these people show up, that means a lot to me. And I know it means a lot to you guys because you have been talking about it way more than myself. But other than that, I'm very grateful to be here. It doesn't even feel real. I feel like I was still here last year. It's only been about 5 years. It doesn't feel right to me, but I don't know. It hasn't exactly set in, nor has it set in that I've stopped playing baseball. But I will not do it again. The alumni game, I'd love to have one again. I'd be happy to wear a leadoff hit by pitch off the back from one of your pitchers just like last time. That was really great for me. But other than that, I'm beyond grateful for this. One day when it sets in, I'm sure I'll appreciate it much more. But thanks, everyone, for coming out, and appreciate this. Go Knights!
I'd now like to invite our next inductee, Tim Graham, and his presenter, John Geisinger, to the stage. Our next inductee is Tim Graham from the class of 2016. A 4-year member of the Arcadia men's swim program, Tim helped bridge the program to its current era of sustained success during his tenure. In 2016, Tim was the first swimmer in program history to achieve an NCAA qualifier B cut in the 200-yard butterfly. Tim had individual success on the conference stage, capturing championships in the 200-yard butterfly in 2014 and 2016, and a title in the 200-yard IM in 2015. He also captured a silver in the 200-yard butterfly in 2013, silver in the 100-yard butterfly in all 4 MAC championships between 2013 and 2016, silver in the 200 IM in 2013, 2014, and 2016, and a bronze in that same event in 2015. Tim also had relay success, taking silver in the 800 medley relay in 2016 and bronze in the 200-yard freestyle relay in 2014 and 2016, the 400-yard freestyle relay in 2015 and 2016, the 800-yard freestyle relay in 2014 and 2015, and the 400-yard medley relay in 2015 and 2016. Tim also earned a place on the MAC All Sportsmanship team in 2015 and 2016. Tim also helped the team win the Diamond City Invitational in 2015, and at the time, the highest team finish at the MAC Championships to that point in 2016. Tim was named the university's Rookie Athlete of the Year in 2013, Athlete of the Year in 2015, and Senior Athlete of the Year in 2016. Tim currently holds the program record in the 200 fly, and at the time of his graduation, held records in the 100 fly, 200 IM, 200 free, 200 free relay, 400 free relay, 800 free relay, 200 medley relay, and 400 medley relays. That's a lot of records. In the classroom, Tim found equal success, earning Philly Site at Academic All-Area Honors in 2015-16, along with being named Academic All-MAC in 2014 and 2016, and to the MAC Academic Honor Roll in 2014 and 2016. Tim graduated in 2016 with a degree in biology and earned a Master of Forensic Science with a concentration in forensic molecular biology from the George Washington University in 2018. Currently, Tim is a forensic support specialist at SNA International, a forensic and biometric identity management company. In addition, Tim gave two oral presentations at the American Academy of Forensic Science annual meeting in 2018 and attained Lean Six Sigma Green Belt certification. Tim and his wife Julie have a son, Georgie. Tim is being presented today by Arcadia's former head men's and women's swim coach, John Geisinger, who I would now like to invite to the podium.
Thank you for that introduction. Hello, everybody. Before I start, I'd just like to say that as coaches, our report card kind of comes in a few years after all of our student athletes graduate, and so it's really an honor for me and extremely humbled to be asked by Tim to present and to see, other swimmers here. It's just a real privilege, and so without further ado, I'll get to my introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and members of the Arcadia University community, it is with immense pride and excitement that we gather here today to celebrate an exceptional individual whose contributions to our university and the world of athletics have left an indelible mark. It is my honor to introduce a true champion, a leader, and a remarkable role model, Tim Graham. I started coaching here at Arcadia in 2013, so I'd really like to thank Ryan Weathers, obviously, for recruiting both Tara and Tim, because when I was looking at the rosters, I knew that they were very accomplished swimmers who would make my job a lot easier. Tim's journey at Arcadia is a testament to his dedication, perseverance, and excellence. As a standout swimmer, he not only broke records, but he also set new standards for what it means to be a scholar athlete here at Arcadia. His commitment to his sport was matched only by his passion for academics, embodying the true spirit, of Arcadia's mission. The first season we had together, we only had 8 men on the roster in the fall. For those of you that don't know, you need to have 8 to be an NCAA sponsored team. And so it was a really stressful situation. And luckily, I think we had a reinforcement coming in David Battistelli, from Ireland in the spring. But so because of this, to win dual meets, we had to be extremely creative, and everything had to go exactly the right way. Luckily for me, we had Tim Graham on the roster, who besides backstroke could kind of swim anything. So he would swim 1,000 freestyles, 200 flies, 500 frees, 200 breasts, any relay that we asked. No matter what, he would do it and would always be happy to try to do his best. His leadership and unwavering dedication fostered a culture of excellence within our swim programs. The program grew, but he also grew. The world belongs to optimists, right? And Tim Graham is a consummate optimist. His senior year, which is talked about and probably one of the reasons you're standing here, as one of the first swimmers to achieve an NCAA B-Cup mark. But rewind to 12 months prior, and he was the #1 seed in the 200 butterfly his junior year and I believe there was a guy from Messiah, right, that we had to beat. And so Tim went off, and like he did in a lot of races, just went out a little too hard. And so you can't cheat human physiology, right? So basically at the 100 mark, his heart rate was probably about 180, which means that's not going to end well. And so I'm pacing the deck as he slowly cramps up, and just a first place lead, you know, at the 50, you were like setting a world record. Slowly set in, and he finished third. I excused myself from the deck to have my own reaction to the situation. And Tim came up to me, though, with his cheery self, saying, okay, what do we need to do for the relay, right? You know, his own personal accomplishments did not really matter. It was always about the team. And so I remember getting on the bus, and, you know, I talked to the team on the bus, saying we're going to be better, we'll find new ways to improve, I can be better. And his determination and work ethic once again showed itself as senior year, where he was juggling incredible graduate school applications and opportunities, a heavy academic load in the biology department, getting creative with fall practices, as I recall. We get to that MAC championship, and the 200 IM, he goes a season best time, but not a personal best. I start to freak out a little bit, and Tim is just chugging along, ready for the next race. The 100 fly comes up, and I think it was a goal for you to break 52 the entire year, because you're chasing Alex Ganguza. And 52.04 was the final time. And so again, you know, I'm freaking out. Tim comes up like, oh, you know, I'll go 51 on the relay. And so then, in his final individual event as a senior, he swims the most beautiful race I've ever seen. You know, out in 25.7, then kind of like a 27 mid. And your last 50 was 29, which was a far cry from the year before. And it was the first NCAA cut that I've ever had as a head coach. And I remember I printed it out and just had the NCAA B cut selection, right, in our office. And the reality is, right, sometimes I needed Tim more than he needed me. We as coaches exist for the student athletes' ends, right? We shouldn't exist. They shouldn't exist for our ends. And so, Tim, it's an incredible honor to be here as your presenter. Seeing you today. As a son, a husband, and a father, brings me immense pride that I was able to spend time with you in such a formative time in your life. So today, as we induct Tim Graham into the Arcadia University Hall of Fame, we honor not just his remarkable achievements, but also the legacy he continues to build for future generations. Records get broken, times continue to get faster, but the imprint that you left on this campus is still being felt, and I believe that we always stand on the shoulders of those who came before us. And so, as mentioned, I'd like to thank all the former coaches and students at Arcadia before I arrived, and I'd like to thank Tim for setting the bar extremely high for those that are still to come. So congratulations, Tim. I'm really proud of you, and thank you for inviting me back.
Just pull the speech. All right. Thank you, John, for those kind words. And thank you, everyone, for coming out today. It means a lot to be here, standing in front of you. Before I begin, I would like to say thank you again to Mike, Adam, Brian for organizing all this, setting it up. It's an excellent ceremony, and I know it took a little bit of time to get some things from me, pictures especially, and the invite lists, but thank you for being patient with me and for reaching out and getting everything organized. My time at Arcadia was an excellent time for me. It was something that left a mark, definitely, in my life. Coming onto the swim team when it was small, we had a very close-knit community within the swim team itself, and seeing its growth from my freshman year, where we barely had enough people to field a relay, to coming into my senior year where we're placing near the top of our MAC conference, and even today, seeing the growth and continued excellence of the program is something that I think I'm left a very big mark in my life, and I'm very proud to have been a part of that growth. I would definitely want to reach out, say thank you to my parents, first and foremost. My mom, who's here today, and my dad, unfortunately, who sadly passed a few years ago, were the biggest supporters of me growing up, both academically and swimming. They sacrificed a lot of time and money, energy driving me around to swim meets early in the morning when I was a lot younger. And I appreciate all those sacrifices that they did make. They were pretty much there for every swim meet that I ever swam, from 9 years old through college, 13 years of that. And they instilled in me a competitiveness, good sportsmanship, and in general, to always do my best. That was the biggest thing that really rubbed off on me from them. No matter how I swam during a meet, no matter how I finished, whether it was a best time or just a good finish, didn't have to be a top finish. No matter how I did, as long as I tried my best, they instilled in me that I couldn't be disappointed in my performance. And that's something that really stuck with me and continued with me, not just through swimming, but through my academic career and in general through life. Aside from my parents, I would like to also send a special thanks to the rest of my family as well, extended and biological. My sisters, who aren't here today, but left a large impact on my life. They dealt with a lot of my nonsense growing up and kept me straight in line and were a big inspiration for me moving forward as I went through my academic careers. We all pushed each other in those regards. Additionally, I'd like to thank my mother-in-law and sister-in-law for coming out today. You guys really made me feel welcome in my now extended family that I get to spend a lot of time with. And from the beginning of that, you guys accepted me and made me feel as one of the family. Last but not least, I would like to also thank my wife and my son, Georgie, who is currently taking a nap. You guys have been, in general, my reason for waking up in the morning. You're my pride, my joy, and it means so much that you guys could come out today to be here with me and to share this with me. Especially you, Julie, you came to a few of my swim meets, and to those who don't know, swimming, when you go to a swim meet, especially if you don't know a lot of people, those meets can really drag on for a long time. They are not the most enjoyable things to sit at and watch if you don't know a lot of people who are swimming. So I thank you for bearing with me and coming to those to support me. I also want to thank my coaches, some of whom are in attendance today. Obviously, John Geisinger, Ryan Weathers. There was my club coach as well, Ruben Sembrano, who was on his way. But all of you have made a lasting impact on me, both through swimming and through my life. Without all of you, including coaches that I have not named, I would not be able to have achieved this accomplishment and, in general, have gone as far as I have, both, again, academically and outside of academics in swimming. All of you instilled in me and made a large impact on my life, teaching me a lot more than just how to swim faster and do strokes more proficiently. You all fostered an environment of camaraderie in your teams that made swimming more enjoyable and made it a lot easier to get out of bed, get to those early morning practices in the water at 6 in the morning, and then back in the water again at 4 in the afternoon. You made this feel a lot more like a family rather than just an individual sports team with strangers. And to that, I thank you guys for that. I don't know if I would have been able to bear that for too long, and I probably would have burned out had that type of environment not been fostered. And from that, I also would like to say thank you, especially to John. Some of your words have always stayed with me. Trust in your training, trust in the process is something that John would spout a lot. And it's something that really makes sense when you think about it. It's not the hours and hours of practice that you put in and focusing on that when you're trying to perform. You got to trust in that and just be in the moment and enjoy yourself in that moment and do what needs to be done. You can't be thinking about, oh, can I do this better? Can I do that better? At that point, you just have to go, trust everything, and trust in your coaches, your teammates, and yourself that everything you've done will work out. So I thank you for that, John, and that has stayed with me for more than just through swimming. And then I mentioned family a few times in this speech, but I also want to reach out and thank my teammates. My teammates who I definitely view as an extended version of my family. Starting as strangers in the pool, but over the years, we definitely grew a lot closer. And it means a lot for those who are able to make it here today and those who weren't able to make it. I still appreciate all the time that was in the pool and outside of the pool, being able to spend time with you guys. You guys made even the most grueling practices seem easy and made it a lot easier to get through those days. Same thing with the coaches. I definitely would have burned out, especially even more so without your guys' support and without being able to see all of you day to day. Watching you guys push each other, watching you guys go faster, definitely pushed me to go faster, and it's something that really stuck with me throughout this time. I'm also very lucky to be up here today with Tara, who also was a teammate and is also being recognized today, and it's a great honor to be able to stand up here today with you and to get this honor as well. Arcadia Swimming and Arcadia as a whole left a lasting impact on my life, and I look forward to seeing the program and the school itself with continued success. Thank you.
Honestly, Georgie has the right idea taking a nap. That sounds pretty good. I'd now like to invite our next inductee, Caitlin Sparks Lane, and her presenter, Lauren Bateman, to the stage. Our next inductee is Caitlin Sparks Lane from the class of 2008. A 5-year member of the women's basketball team, Sparks was a consistent force in the middle for the Knights during her career. Caitlin was a 3-time All-Conference selection, remarkably each time in a different conference, earning second-team All-Pennsylvania Athletic Conference honors in 2004-2005, while securing first-team All-MAC Freedom in 2007-08 and second-team All-MAC Commonwealth in 2008-2009. In her first-team All-Conference season of 2007-2008, Caitlin was recognized by D3Hoops.com as a second-team All-Mid-Atlantic Region player, the second player in program history to earn the honor after 2020 Hall of Fame inductee Becky Soda from the class of 2005. At Arcadia, Caitlin holds the career record for points with 1,276, free throws made and field goals made. She's third in rebounds, fifth in points per game and blocks, and sixth in games played. In the classroom, Caitlin was named to the MAC Academic Honor Roll in 2008 and 2009. She was also named to the MAC All-Sportsmanship Team in 2009. Caitlin graduated in 2008 with a degree in elementary education and a Master of Education in 2009. After graduation, she worked for 10 years as a senior software analyst. Caitlin and her husband Bill have 3 children, Billy, Barrett, and Emerson. Caitlin is being presented today by her teammate and friend, Lauren Bateman, who I would now like to invite to the podium.
Okay. Good morning or noon, everyone. My name is Lauren Bateman, and I am honored to be here to celebrate my best friend and teammate, Caitlin Sparks Lane, into Arcadia's Hall of Fame. I had the privilege to play alongside Caitlin. One of our most memorable seasons was with the late great Dale Hodges, whether it was tallying up the score on how many wrong turns she made on her way to the games, driving down student pathways on campus, or waking up at 4:30 a.m. For practices, or timeless quotes that we still make us laugh to this day. These moments are the ones that make all of our hard work and all the work you put into your basketball career worthwhile. Today, we recognize Caitlin's amazing feats she accomplished while playing basketball for our Arcadia Knights. These achievements, including holding the career record for points, third in rebounds, fifth in points per game and blocks, eighth in most points in a game in the 2000-2005 season, and ninth and 10th for most field goals made in the season. Pretty much dominating in every category. I just wanted to reiterate these amazing achievements again because, as you can see, it's been a while and she's still holding. She's still holding all these amazing achievements, which is just fantastic. And I hope forever. She holds many great qualities, but the one that sticks out the most is perseverance. After suffering her devastating injury, she did not let that moment hold her back to becoming one of Arcadia's greats. Martin Luther King Jr. once said that if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. That is exactly what she did. She mentally and physically pushed herself through trying times. She led by example, proving that through hard work, you will persevere. Caitlin, you deserve to be recognized for your amazing achievements during your basketball career here at Arcadia University. I, your family, friends, teammates, faculty and staff, and fellow alumni welcome you to Arcadia's Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Hi, everybody. I've got a crew up here, as you can see.
Introduce us.
These are my boys. This is Billy. This is Barrett. They're very excited. And
I'm the one that's the rascal.
he's a rascal. Yes. We bring the entertainment. Yes, absolutely.
I get everywhere.
Okay, buddy.
I do.
So I just want to say thank you again to Mike, Kevin, Adam, and the entire Arcadia Athletic Department and Hall of Fame committee for putting this together. It's really, really cool and very exciting to be here. I'm so honored to stand up here with all of you amazing athletes, and it's a moment I couldn't have imagined when I first set foot on campus 20 years ago. It's been a while. A little bit about me. I was late to the basketball world. I didn't start playing till I was like 12, 13 years old. With the encouragement of my parents, I was very tall, very awkward.
She really was.
I had
I've
to,
seen the pictures.
yes, you've seen the pictures.
Yep.
Get these arms under control, put them to good use, and I started playing and just fell in love with the sport. It just fit like a glove, and when I came to Arcadia, it just felt right being here. And a big thank you to my teammates, some of them here today, and just so happy to share this all with you. I have some funny stories I would like to share. Yes, are you gonna read my paper?
Wait, Mom, can I say a few words? Yeah, come on.
Not yet, sorry guys. So when I was first brought on board as a freshman, Steph Bates and I were the only two recruits my freshman year. We were quickly welcomed by Lauren, and we became a very tight-knit, small group. And the program grew a little bit each year. There was a lot of transition happening. We had multiple coaches over our years together. And we just had to keep pushing through and chugging along. And I think one of the biggest constants through all this change is just how we continued to show up for each other. And one of my favorite stories kind of about showing up for each other is about my teammate, Shannon Buston. She's not here today, but we had a game where we had maybe 6 people, we had no bench, we had no timeouts left, we were struggling in the middle of a game, and Shannon pretended to lose a contact lens in the middle of the play just so we could catch a breather. She had our team, I was convinced, she doesn't even wear contacts. She had the other team were all searching on the ground, and yeah, she showed up for us, literally had our backs, helping us catch a breather. We had a scrappy group of players, for sure. I just want to take a minute to talk about, hey, Bear. Can we stand up, bud? Thanks.
No. I told you I'm a rascal.
Yes, he is. I just wanted to take a minute to thank two of my coaches I had during my time here. Dale Hodges is not here today. She's impossible to track down, but Dale, if you're watching, listening,
She's probably
hello.
Shh.
And then Crystal Gibson, who was my coach my 5th year, just incredible, and I just want to say a few words. When I was a freshman, I had Dale Hodges as my coach. She was St. Joe's standout, WNBA player, all around just unreal athlete. And she just really made me who I became as a player. She kicked my butt. We had one-on-one practices with her, and she would just destroy me under the basket in good ways and bad. I'd be covered in bruises, but she taught me so much about just being fierce and strong, and every move that I was learning, she helped me hone it, and I carried that kind of strength and ferocity with me through the rest of my time at Arcadia, and I'll never forget her for it. Like, I only had one season, but she was just awesome. So thank you, Dale, and a big shout out to Coach Crystal. Thank you so much for being here. When I was injured my sophomore year, I tore my ACL, and it was very early in the season. Tough injury, you know, tough to come back from, and hard to kind of mentally get over it. I carried on through the rest of my seasons. I didn't know I was eligible to have a medical waiver until Crystal came on board. I was already starting grad work, and she called me up. She was like, "You're approved, you're good to go, you're playing." I was under the percentage of games played, and I remember sitting in class going, "Oh my, here we go, got to get back in shape." But I got that time back from the season I missed, and I'm forever grateful to you, Crystal, for that. It was absolutely awesome to have that time with you and time with my team. I want to thank my parents over there, Tracy and Todd, and my siblings. They're scattered around. I have lots of nieces and nephews here. But yeah, for all your support over the years and just showing up and being at every game. To my grandma Sylvia, AKA Basketball Grandma. She did not miss a game. She was our loudest fan. My whole family made up our fan section with our small group, but Grandma, you could hear her. She was loud and clear, "Go Sparky!" Every game, loved it. And she kept us well fed. Hoagies, snacks, every game, we counted on her. And to my husband and my kids, 2 of which are up here, thank you guys for all your love and keeping me laughing all the time. Lastly, I just want to say how proud I am of the women's basketball program and to see the direction it's been pushed into over the years. I got to see the women play at DeSales for the MAC championship, and I was just blown away at your talent and your sportsmanship. And Coach Jackie, you're doing an incredible job, and I just can't wait to see what you all accomplish this season, and we'll definitely be around to cheer you all on. But thank you, everyone, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, Mom, can I say a few words? Oh, please, Mom, please let me say a few words. I want to say a few words. Oh, that's loud. That's not that loud. My autographs are somewhere out. My autographs are at table 1. Okay. That's loud. That's pretty loud.
I should just let them read my part, honestly. They'd probably be better. I'd now like to invite our final inductee, Tara Nuzzo-Thurston, and her presenter, Jason Sharp, to the stage. Our final inductee today is Tara Nuzzo-Thurston from the class of 2014. A 3-year member of the women's swim team, Tara, much like Tim before, served as a bridge from the previous era of the program to the success of today. Tara was the first MAC champion in program history, taking gold in the 50-yard freestyle and 100-yard freestyle in the 2013 championships and in the 200-yard freestyle in 2014. She earned first team All-MAC in the 50 free in 2013 and 2014, the 100 free in 2013 and 2014, and the 200 free in 2013 and 2014. Tara was a part of the relay team that won second team All-MAC in the 200 free relay in 2014 and 400 medley relay in 2014. Tara was named the Arcadia Athlete of the Year in 2013 and the Senior Athlete of the Year in 2014. At Arcadia, Tara held records in the 50 and 100 free and shared records in the 200 free relay, 400 free relay, 800 free relay, and 400 medley relay, in addition to the Lennox Pool record in the 50 free at the time of her graduation. Tara graduated in 2014 with a degree in psychology and earned a master's in occupational therapy at Bay Path University in 2017. Currently, she works at Peace Aging Care, where she is a care manager as a practicing licensed occupational therapist. Tara is married to her husband, Andrew. Tara is being presented today by former Arcadia assistant men's and women's swim coach and a member of the men's swim team from the class of 2011, as well as a graduate of the Doctor of Physical Therapy program from the class of 2014, Jason Sharp, who I would now like to invite to the stage. Had to check your LinkedIn for all that.
Good afternoon. We've made it to the last person. I do want to mention first that an event with Tara wouldn't be an event where something was changed by Tara's mom. So if you haven't noticed that the flowers all look the same except for up there with the balloons, which is always fantastic. I'm going to go through what I think makes a great athlete and how Tara has fit all three of these characteristics and is very deserving of this honor. So first is determination and competitiveness. I couldn't come up with a perfect word, but I think both fit really well. And this is what we see from like a typical athlete. We can look at the numbers. We know Tara was great on that level. She was a MAC champion. I think a good example is, here's my prep speech, and here's Tara's prep speech, right? Determination, hardworking. As an assistant coach and being a swimmer, I saw the program from 2007 to 2014-ish, and Tara was just a whole nother level. And then Tim came in partially because of Tara, and it was just a step up from where we were before, right? So we had some good, dedicated swimmers, but Tara's competitiveness and determination was just another level. Tara also had to overcome shoulder injuries, which I think both made her a better swimmer and a stronger swimmer. Second is, and I think a lot of athletes lack this, and Brian kind of took my thunder here a little bit, is talking about Tara's kindness as a person. A lot of athletes can compete on the field, and they might not be the nicest person in the world. Tara is a very kind person. She was an excellent, determined athlete. You wouldn't know it because she's not advertising it, but she was able to be both kind and competitive at the same time. And then finally is future looking and making a lasting impact on the sport. So Arcadia swimming, from when I saw it in 2007 to 2011, had grown a lot. Tara made it exponentially greater. We were kind of linear, and then exponentially we had a huge growth there. And I think Tara and also Tim created a lasting impact on the program, and I think they both are very deserving of this award. Thank you.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. What an absolute honor it is to be standing here this afternoon and this morning. I would like to start by thanking the Arcadia Hall of Fame Committee, Brian, Adam, Mike, and all of the rest of you who worked so hard to make this special day possible. And to all of you here supporting this year's inductees, thank you for your presence. It has made each of us feel so loved and honored. Today is truly a special day for two reasons. First, in preparation for this day, it has allowed me to reflect on a pivotal and unforgettable chapter of my life, my time as a student athlete on this campus. Second, it has allowed me the opportunity to celebrate this incredible achievement with the many people who helped me reach this moment. For those of you unfamiliar with the sport of swimming and the level of commitment it demands, let me tell you, this is not a sport for the weak-spirited. It requires 100% dedication from the athlete, and let's be honest, for the poor parents who unwillingly sign up to be swim meet timers for the next 15 years of their lives. During my 15 years of swimming, I can genuinely say that my parents were present at nearly every swim meet. So much so that I could count on one hand the few times they missed one. To give you some perspective, I estimated that I competed in over 300 swim meets throughout my entire career. Mom and Dad, that means you spent 25% of your adult lives sitting by a hot pool. And for that, I'm truly sorry. I could never find the words to express my gratitude to my parents for the time and dedication they've given me throughout my career. My parents truly embodied what it meant to be devoted swim parents. As I was the first swimmer of my family, my parents had to learn about the sport from the ground up. They very quickly adapted to the sport, and before they knew it, they were setting high standards for the other parents. In fact, many of my teammates recognized my mom as the first parent to arrive in full team gear and the most likely to get kicked off the pool deck for being too excited. My mom was also the first parent to sign up to volunteer for pasta dinners, carpooling, chaperoning team trips, and serving as a member on various parent boards. There was truly not a swim parent role she wasn't eager to take on. My dad, on the other hand, matched my mom's enthusiasm, but preferred to take a more laid-back approach, and was often found timing at the swim meets. As my career advanced, his competitive spirit emerged with some memorable catchphrases I'll never forget, like, swim hard or go home. It's safe to say that I inherited my competitiveness from my dad. Now, my dad was the perfect companion for swim meets because we had a mutual understanding. We would go, swim fast, grab a snack, and head home happily. This routine worked well until one meet when we drove over an hour for me to compete in one single race, only for me to miss that race entirely. I can honestly say I've never experienced a quieter car ride home than that one. Sorry, Dad. Without a doubt, I put my parents through a lot during my swimming years, but I can genuinely say that they would happily do it all over again in a heartbeat. For that, I will always be extremely grateful. My cheering section extended well beyond my parents and often included my sister Brianna, my grandparents, my aunts and uncles, which many of them generously traveled from various states to be here today. A special thank you goes to my Uncle Mike, who has always made time to support my career over the years and still keeps much of my swimming memorabilia in his home. I'm deeply grateful for his support, along with the incredible support of the rest of my family over the years. To the newest members of my family, my wonderful husband and in-laws, thank you for being here today. It has been a true gift to be welcomed into a family full of swimmers. Andrew, you have been the most important teammate I met during my career. And while we only swam together for one semester, 14 years of friendship and one amazing year of marriage has been such a great gift swimming gave to us. You've always been my biggest fan and supporter, and I can't imagine standing here without you. And to the rest of the Thurston family, I cannot wait to be the super supportive swim aunt to our incredible 10 nieces and nephews. Coach Jeff, thank you will never be enough. When you met me, I was just a timid middle school swimmer, mostly swimming because my friends were. Until then, I hadn't worked with a coach who truly understood what I needed to reach my full potential. But then I was placed in your group and everything changed. At first, I was intimidated by you. You were so loud. I could hear you from 30 feet underwater. You were always pulling pranks and jokes on the swimmers. You had no problem calling people out on the pool deck. And somehow, you always knew the high school drama we tried to hide from our parents. There was nothing ever getting past you. But it turned out you weren't that intimidating after all. Being placed in your group was one of the best things that ever happened to me. You instantly knew the kind of coaching I needed to succeed. You helped me exceed my own expectations during my high school swimming career. And when I chose to undergo 2 major shoulder surgeries my sophomore year, you never once gave up on me. During that time, you allowed me to keep attending practices and stay part of the team. Your confidence that I'd recover stronger and faster was one of the main reasons that I did. You always had crazy game plans to help me reach the ambitious goals you set, and I still don't know who was crazier, you for coming up with them, or for me, always believing in them. But your strategy always worked, and because of that, I was able to reach incredible achievements in high school. Even after I graduated and became a college swimmer, you never stopped coaching me. You checked in regularly, and I always knew you were secretly keeping tabs on my swim times. Jeff, you are the reason I discovered my passion for the sport, a passion which has stayed with me throughout the rest of my career. Thank you for all those years of putting up with me and for giving me the incredible foundation and confidence that were absolutely essential to my swimming career. Coach John, Coach Weathers, and Coach Jason, you each played a crucial role in shaping my swim experience at Arcadia, and what an incredible experience it was. You provided me the support and guidance I needed to excel, and despite frequent flare-ups with my shoulders, each of you offered different tools that were essential in helping me achieve personal bests each season. Weathers and Jason, the fun and laughter during my sophomore and junior years created memories I'll value forever. We didn't have the largest team, but we definitely had the biggest personality. Weathers, I don't know how you did it, but you always made the toughest sets feel fun and manageable. Jason, thank you for being a great role model. Watching you succeed in grad school and become a physical therapist inspired me to follow a similar path when I pursued my degree in occupational therapy. Together, your coaching helped me reach one of my career highlights, winning the 50 free and 100 free at Middle Atlantic Conference Championships my junior year. Coach John, though I only had the chance to swim with you for my senior year, your expertise in technique and body mechanics made an immediate impact. You introduced me to sprinting techniques I had never even worked on before, and your leadership set the foundation for a highly competitive team Arcadia Swimming became. Thank you for helping me accomplish another career highlight, which was winning the 200 free MAC title my senior year, something I never even thought was possible. Arcadia University is truly a special place. While some may be distracted by the stunning castle or the exciting study abroad opportunities, for me it has always been the close-knit, family-like atmosphere that makes this campus so special. For 3.5 years, Arcadia was my home, providing me with amazing opportunities in education, athletics, leadership, and culture. It was within this supportive community that I found my sense of belonging. Looking back, those years flew by, and my one piece of advice to the current students is this: don't take a single day for granted. I promise one day you will miss your time here. And to my incredible Arcadia family that I built as a student here, you were composed of teammates, classmates, mentors, and friends. Thank you all for shaping the person I am today. A special thanks goes to my teammates, though. Even though I'm being honored for my individual athletic achievements, my fondest memories are the bonds I built with the incredible people I swam alongside for 3 seasons. I'm incredibly grateful to celebrate this achievement with some of those teammates today. And Tim, sharing this Hall of Fame induction with you makes this honor even more special. I truly cherish this experience. I will truly cherish this experience forever. And once again, thank you all for your support, your kindness, and your love and your presence today. And again, thank you to the Hall of Fame committee for this incredible honor.
Everyone, thank you for your time today. I would now like to invite Brian Granata back to the podium for closing remarks. No round of applause for you.
I know we've been here a while, so I'll try to keep this brief, unlike before. But Jackie, who I know had to leave, Haley, Brian, Tim, Tara, Caitlin, congratulations. This was a truly special event. You are all so well deserving of the award that you're receiving today. And to the presenters, thank you for your stories and humanizing them. We really appreciate it. Today, this event is part of a larger group of activities here on campus as part of homecoming and family weekends. So if you have time to stick around, I encourage you to do so. There's a whole bunch of activities going on all over campus. We do have 3 games up at our turf field hockey at 12:30, men's soccer at 3, and women's soccer later tonight around 6 o'clock. So hopefully you can stick around. As we do wrap up, I'm going to ask that the inductees please come forward, do a couple group photos here at the front with banners. We are also going to offer tours, so if anybody would like to see any of the recent renovations, addition, the new multi-purpose center that just opened up, we're happy to take those tours from the stage area in 5 or 10 minutes once most of the folks have said their goodbyes. So that'll be available as an opportunity. Again, to Mets Food Services, thank you for their support in making this event possible. Our team in facilities and flipping it around from a donor event last night and a whole bunch of other activities that are going on to the team in advancement. Once again, thank you. And just a cheap plug, there is a save the date on your tables for our golf outing, which is our largest fundraiser of the year. Mike does tremendous work on that event, and that's in June of each year. So looking forward to the future. If you're able to support that event in any capacity, whether it's playing or giving towards it, that would be fantastic. It is a tremendous, as I said, support to Arcadia Athletics. And also outside the doors, there's some QR codes in the hallway. No gift is too small. This is not a money ask, but if over time you have the ability to give back to any of the individual sport programs or to the athletics department, I know our team in advancement would graciously appreciate it. And those donations go a long way in enhancing the student athlete experience through travel and apparel and a variety of other things. So again, today's a day of celebration. To the 6 inductees, congratulations. I hope this was as special for you as it was for us. And we hope to see you back at future events. But thank you all. Have a great day.